Sometimes the day won't ever end. Sometimes you just throw up your hands. It's the little things sometimes. Sometimes the world has just gone dark. Sometimes you're praying for a spark. It's the little things sometimes. But if you lift your eyes, see it in a different light. Just a cloud up in the open sky. Let the rain fall away, 'cause today is beautiful. Lift your eyes, see it in a different light. Just a cloud up in the open sky. Let the rain fall away, 'cause today is beautiful. Right now, it feels so hard to breathe. Right now, you're asking God, why me? That's what you can see right now. Because right now, there's a greater truth. Right now, there's a bigger view than what you can see right now. So lift your eyes, see it in a different light. Just a cloud up in the open sky. Let the rain fall away, 'cause today is beautiful. Lift your eyes, see it in a different light. Just a cloud up in the open sky. Let the rain fall away, 'cause today is beautiful. If you see more than what's in front of you, you might see more of heaven's view. If you see more than what's in front of you, you might see more of heaven's view. So lift your eyes, see it in a different light. Just a cloud up in the open sky. Let the rain fall away, 'cause today is beautiful. Lift your eyes, see it in a different light. Just a cloud up in the open sky. Let the rain fall away, 'cause today is beautiful. Lift your eyes, see it in a different light. Just a cloud up in the open sky. Let the rain fall away, 'cause today is beautiful. 'Cause today is beautiful. 'Cause today is beautiful.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Web Weavers. I'm your host, Sprinkles Nixon, and we do hope you're having a wonderful day on this Monday, because every day should be beautiful. Alright, well, we're going to do a little something different here. We're going to have a topic on channeling. And I was doing some research and I found some things that were kind of interesting and full of information for those who have not been aware. We've been doing a channeling session, which is automatic writing, on Fridays with Leslie Shepard, and I found it to be a fascinating thing, or a new awareness of the ability to channel. So, with that being said, I'm a novice, so I need to know everything I can about channeling. So, doing my research, I came across this Michael's Teaching website, and I wanted to know, what is channeling? Who can channel? And why channel at all? So let me begin. Okay, Although modern physicists have various ideas about the universe, they do agree that every bit of it consists of energy. It may be a tiny bit of energy, or it may be enough to generate all creation, but all matter is energy. Because energy is the power that causes every action and reaction in creation, it's handedly available in many forms. One form that we know well is the human soul or spirit, a non-physical expression of energy. And we are students of a non-physical collective of souls named Michael. The name they suggested we use when referring to them, a group of souls such as this, is called an entity. There are a little more than 1,000 souls included in the Michael entity. The individual souls of this entity lived human lives a very long time ago, and when the last soul united with the group, they decided to become teachers for those who were still working their way through the cycle of lives here on Earth. And that would be us. Okay, so since the souls of the Michael entity no longer have bodies, they use the common element that all creation shares, energy, to reach us. This is where the channeling comes in. Every one of us can channel. That is, receive energy as information, and many have. It's just that we do not recognize it as such. When we connect in dreams with a beloved parent or an ancestor or a friend who has died, we are in a way channeling. When we go within the self to try to sort out a particular concern, we put ourselves in touch with our soul, the part of our being that is not wholly mired in the illusions and fog of the physical plane. This also is a kind of channeling. And when we ask the Michael entity to connect with us, we are channeling in a very particular way. A channel, as the word implies, is a conduit, neither more nor less. It is a pipeline open at both ends. The energy that connects the beings on either end travels both ways. That is all channeling is, the transmission of energy expressed as thought or emotion between a spirit energy and a human receiver and back again. For those who chose to connect with them, that spirit energy can be the Michael entity. Channels are not particularly special people, well, channelers, and in general, almost anybody can channel. It just happens that some people are more open to this kind of energy reception than are others, and are better at it. Just as some people are better singers than their neighbors, even though each of them has the same physical apparatus for making song. This has to do with the blueprint we each bring with us into a given lifetime, the profile of our current personality. So some sets of these personality elements are more tuned to the channeling than are other sets, but with practice it becomes easier. This said, a Michael channel is not a witch, nor controlled by demons, nor a person claiming supernatural powers. A channel is the only open line between two telephones. It is true that one of these phones is situated in a non-physical space, but the other is certainly fixed in the physical world. It is the thought that passes from one to the other that is the real reason for both the existence of the activity known as channeling, and for the person we call a channel. Since they no longer have the physical means to express themselves, the Michael entity teaches through channeling. As teachers, they offer a practical map for navigating the physical plane, which for us is planet Earth and the experience of living here. Since the teachings are not a revelation, the Michael entity does not promote a spiritual path with creed, rites, and priests. They have also very definitely said there is no requirement that their words be believed. Their mission is simply to inform, living up to the individual what he or she chooses to do with this information. The Michael entity is not an oracle. They neither predict nor prescribe. They have said emphatically that to do so would interfere with our right of choice, the primary component of human integrity. Okay, so there are two main elements of the Michael teachings. The first is the fact of reincarnation. The second is a description of the journey we each make as a human being. Together, these two elements confirm who we are, where we are going, and why. These two truths of the teachings are neither new nor an invention of the Michael entity. They are an integral part of creation. The Michael entity merely chooses to remind us of them and to offer assistance toward our understanding of the art of being human. The fact of reincarnation refers to the truth that we are spiritual beings on the journey of exploring what it means to be human. This exploration requires many lifetimes to complete. What a waste of energy it would be if each of us had only one lifetime to learn everything there is to know about being human, let alone having only one chance in all the vastness of space and time to get it right. I have to come back really quite a few times. Okay, so the baby who lives just long enough to draw its first breath and then lets its spirit go has had one experience of being human, valuable knowledge in itself. But it is the only experience, one very brief and limited experience, and the spirit deserves and actually craves more. So the Michael teachings are crafted to remind us about the simple yet profound truth that enough lifetimes have been built into the plan to allow each of us to master the humanness in all of its ramifications. The teachings also have a description of the human journey, a blueprint which explains the how and where and why. In addition, the teachings assure us that we are on an integral part of this universe and that our existence contributes to the whole, that it is the ultimate extension of creation. Finally, the teachings are the means by which we remember that the universe across the immensity of creation experiences itself in all its beauty and wonder through us. Okay, so now we're going to go, I don't want to go into the history of channeling, but I'm going to go into the how to channel, because it's very interesting when you discover the Michael integrity of channeling and how it works. So this may be a two-parter, but we'll see. Right now I'm going to go into how does one channel. Okay, so let me see what we got here. Okay, many people are searching at this time for what they call the truth. They are seeking guidance in this arena from higher beings on other dimensions. In other words, they'd like to learn how to channel. Well, surprise, you are one of those beings. Everyone has a higher self that exists simultaneously on this dimension as well as all others. The possibilities for life are limitless, and the great spirit that you are wants to experience all the possibilities. You have contact with your higher self, but it comes through Oh, wait a minute, I gotta get a drink. Hold on. Okay. So the possibilities for life are limitless, and the great spirit that you are wants to experience all the possibilities. You always have contact with your higher self, but it comes through more clearly when you focus your intent upon bringing spirit into your life. So the phenomenon of channeling is really a simple concept. It is bringing in spirit, not necessarily your own, and letting it communicate either to you or through you. Since you're letting it communicate, since your higher self is not limited by time or space, you can access the whole of your entire being. That is, your past, your present, your future selves, as well as all aspects of it. Your spirit is really greater and much more vast than you can imagine. Because you are here on the physical plane, learning all about limitation and don't have the bird's eye view that your multi-dimensional self does. Okay, here's a simple technique you can use to channel your higher self or spirit. It is a very flexible method, and you can always modify any of it to suit your own needs. Really, anyone can do this, okay? So go somewhere that is quiet, where you won't be disturbed, and where you can sit comfortably with your feet flat on the floor or ground and your eyes closed. It may be helpful to keep a pen and paper handy to write your experiences as they go along. If you like, you can have a helper with you who can guide you through the initial meditation and ask questions of your higher self and write your answers for it. Okay, we do need to know how to ground. So this is how we go about grounding. You take deep breaths, letting yourself relax. Imagine your consciousness drifting down into the earth as you keep breathing slowly and deeply, and then your consciousness comes to rest somewhere inside the earth, where you find a place with a certain mineral in it and that you feel you're attracted to. See this mineral start to glow, become brighter and with colored light, whatever color you like. Now see the light become a beam, and it is moving up now, all the way up until it enters the bottom of your right foot. Then become aware of your right foot, how it feels, and see the light begin to move up your right leg and become aware of your right leg. Then see the light continue to go up your right side as you become aware of that. Then it enters your right hand and continues up your right arm to your shoulder. Become fully aware of your right side and see the light illuminating the whole right side of your body. Now move the light cord over to your left shoulder and become aware of that area. Now the light begins moving down your left arm, hands, fingers, and you feel it's moving down to your left side as you focus your awareness to your left side. Then the light cord moves down your left leg into your left foot, becoming fully aware of all the sensations in the whole left side of your body. The light finally continues back down into the earth, where it connects back to its source and completing the circuit. The light is continually in motion, moving up from the earth, up your right side as you breathe in, and circulating back down your left side and back to its source as you breathe out. Feel the energy revitalizing you as you breathe and relax. Okay, so now we're going to go for some clearing, what is called clearing. Now, see a third energy cord come up out of the earth, perhaps of another color, and it enters your body at the base of your spine, the first chakra. See that chakra as a wheel of light, which fills up with this new energy and begins to glow brightly and starts to spin. As it does this, any negative energies, fears, or blockages begin to clear out, and you see it spinning in perfect alignment with your spine as an axle. See the top of the first chakra open up, and see the energy beam move up into the second chakra. Continue moving the beam up into each successive chakra, seeing each one clear out and start to spin, all the way up to the seventh chakra at the crown of your head. Then see the energy beam shoot out of the top of your head, showering your whole body with light, which surrounds and protects you. You from any unwanted energies. Okay, so let me say that again. The light will surround and protect you from any unwanted energies. So if you're doing that right, you'll feel pretty well protected. Okay, so now we got the chakras and everything lined up, and the energy going from the earth up, and then the whole of the light that is coming through with protection from any unwanted energies. So now you're going to enter your sanctuary. Okay, see your consciousness rise up along the beam and with the beam out through your crown chakra, and find a place for your consciousness to come to rest, any place that you like. Okay, so first you see a doorway, and only you have the key to enter this place, your sanctuary. Your sanctuary will only have the things in it that you allow. It can be in nature, it could be a special room, another world, whatever you feel comfortable and safe with. Now, look around you. Off to the left, there is a fountain with a pool of crystal clear water. You go over to the fountain and peer into the pool. At first, your reflection in the surface of the water is clear, but then you see the water begin to get wavy, and from the center of the pool, you see a magnificent beam rise up out of the water, glowing in white light. It is your higher self, greeting you with unconditional love and acceptance. You greet your higher self, and together you go to another part of your sanctuary, where there is a place for you to put your mind into a soundproof container where it will stay for the duration of your experience. Notice how you feel about your mind. Know that you are safe and protected, and with your mind put away, you will be able to be more fully experience your higher self without any judgment. Feel yourself merge into your higher self. The energy there is wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Okay, so now we're going to return to a body with the higher self. Okay, so you and your higher self now leave your sanctuary, and you find that bright beam of light that brought you here, and follow the beam back to your physical plane body, where you enter with your higher self through the crown chakra. Take a few deep breaths, notice how you feel, and when you feel ready, open your eyes. If you have a helper with you, now is the time to begin answering the questions you prepared for your higher self. If you have just written the questions down and have no one to help you, ask yourself the questions and just let yourself receive whatever thoughts, feelings, images, or other sensations come to you. Write down whatever it is that you get, and just let yourself flow with the experience. After each answer, whatever form that comes to you and feels complete, go on to the next question. Okay, so you're wondering what kind of questions you may have. Here's a few examples that you may have, and might be helpful to you. What is my higher purpose for this year? What blocks or fears do I have that would prevent me from attaining this? What skills or attributes do I have to help me attain my goals? What message of love and compassion do you have that you need to hear at this time. Okay, after the questions feel complete, close your eyes once again and take your higher self with you back to your sanctuary. Let your higher self return to the magical fountain pool, knowing that it is there for you whenever you need it. Now go retrieve your mind, accepting it as a part of yourself. You may stay in your sanctuary as long as you like, or return to it whenever you want, for it is your space, a place where you are truly free. When you are ready, return to your body through the crown chakra, and your awareness returns to the room you are in, and you feel refreshed and balanced. Okay, this technique I just described above was this person's first channeling of his higher self. He also used the same technique for channeling other beings of the light. I will have to go ahead and say that it's important that you make clear your intent, okay, in mind, heart, and spirit. Make sure your intent is full and strong and going further with it. And I think we're going to take a little break here, and then we will back with, we may be talking about the Michael entity, which is a bunch of spirits altogether. So hang on, and we'll be right back. You're not going to want to miss this.
Through the darkness
Cup e-Zine, an online magazine that is given out freely. The wide range of promotional is unlimited. We take pride in bringing it all together for you. And we recognize that it is hard to reach a lot of people by just having a website, or even those writers that do not have the means to advertise or have a website. This website will provide its free services of advertising and giving others a platform to share their experiences, skills, and ability. For we believe that it is through others we learn not only of others but of ourselves as well. So, if you need a chat room to hold sessions, we can provide that with audio and video for classes, workshops, or just single sessions. Contact us to see what we can provide with our special features and promotional experience. And it is all free. Yes, free. Join us and meet other like-minded people, because that is what makes OTC the place to be. OffTheCuffEZine.com. Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Web Weavers. I'm your host, Sprinkles Nixon, and before the break we were talking and going over some information and some research that I had found in regards to channeling. And I came across this one site, and it talks about the Michael entity, which is really more than one. So let me begin with that and going over how this Michael it has come about. Well, Michael is a group soul, a collective consciousness of 1050 essences who finished all their lifetimes on Earth, cycled off the physical plane, and recombined into an entity who now resides and teaches from the mid-causal plane. Basically, they, Michael, usually refers to themselves as we rather than I, are spirit guides and mentors to us here on Earth, channeling their wisdom and energy to us for our spiritual advancement and learning. So through this, Michael also learns and evolves. The journey they have taken is the same one we are on. They are just in another plane of existence now. And you can read more about that and what other Michaels and students say about who Michael is here. So what are the Michael teachings? That's what I needed to know. What are the Michael teachings? The Michael teachings are a system of describing and understanding who we are and why we are here. Its main purpose is agape, unconditional love and acceptance. Through the overleaf system, the Michael teachings offer a way of looking at the world, life, and consciousness in a non-judgmental but descriptive terminology that is a kind of a soul psychology. These teachings are very spiritual at their core, and with many words and ideas that are primarily in Eastern religions, but unlike the religions and beliefs, seeks to embrace the human experience in every form as a valid learning experience and an integral part of the whole being. One thing I never liked about some Eastern philosophies and a lot of the New Age beliefs and religions was their denial of the physical body as if it were a bad thing that must be overcome. The Michael teachings are all inclusive. You are your body, while incarnate on the physical plane. And you are so much more. You are spiritual beings on a human path. Sums up what reachings are about in a nutshell. The shadow side of humanity is just as much loved as the light side. These teachings are the most comprehensive and compassionate models I have ever found to grasp the complexities and relationships in the human condition. Okay, is this Michael the same Michael as the Archangel Michael that several people claim to channel, write books about, etc., etc.? No, this Michael originated in the San Francisco Bay Area of California in 1973, and the material was later published by its author, Chelsea Quinn Yarbrough. There is no relation at all to the Archangel Michael. Well, isn't this just another kind of limiting belief systems, religion? Michael does not ask or require that any of their teachings be accepted as an ultimate truth. They do not want anyone to take this belief system and make it into a religion. They are the first ones to say, take what you need from this and leave the rest. Verification and discernment of the information is the key to whether it is useful to you. The Michael teachings are a structured terminology, but are not set in stone. They are dynamic, continually evolving, just as everything in the universe is. A lot of the Michael teachings is very intellectual, but in order to really get it, one must experience, feel, and live the teachings. This leads to clarity in one's life. This has been my experience anyway. What works for one person doesn't necessarily work for another, though. So the Michael teachings are a tool for achieving wisdom, but each piece of spiritual enlightenment is just one step on the ladder, and the journey continues and never ends. Know thyself is what can be gained, but isn't that the goal? Aren't the Michael teachings just another way of putting people into boxes and making the categorizer look superior? Well, inherently, in this Western society, which is very hierarchical, it is very easy to categorize many aspects of the teachings as tools to judge others and make one's self feel superior to another, or inferior for that matter. For most people, it may be difficult to look at the soul ages, for instance, and not feel like it must be better to be in the mature soul age when they are actually baby souls. This can create anger and prejudice. Each soul age, each overleaf, each stage of consciousness is just as valid, unique, and as good as another. They are each steps on the path from the Tao, T-A-O, back to the Tao, T-A-O. We all came here to experience what it is to live, so each experience has its own merit. These teachings are about love. They are not intended to be used to separate us or make us look superior, but they could be used in this way, just as any belief system can be used to separate and hurt people. It's all about choosing and creating what you want in life. The golden rule still applies. Spiritual growth occurs with love, and it happens with pain. Which kind do you prefer? Would you choose, whatever you choose, it will be what's right for you. And you will not be a better or worse person than anyone else. Each person will do the same kinds of spiritual lessons during their cycle of lifetimes on the physical plane, in their own way and in their own time. I always try to remember this when I feel like I'm not being understood, when I feel like I need to be right about something, or that this other person just doesn't get it. Usually it's not about the other person. I need to let go and respect their space, who they are, their process, and it's just as important as my own. Okay, Some of us intellectual types have an easier time loving everyone once we acknowledge that people exist at all kinds of levels and development, and once we see some patterns. Then it was easier for me to stop trying to nudge and push people to get it and move along. I have a lot more enjoyment of people with these ideas and levels in my head, and I love myself more easily for understanding these patterns too, and forgive myself more easily for being lazy about the material world, or for feeling like I don't fit in some social or business settings. So, who channels Michael? Okay, there are many Michael channels at this time. Michael says that just about anyone who is sincere and wants to channel them can do it. Michael channeling is not something given to one person to make them special or some kind of great authority. It is open to all those who seek growth and spiritual advancement. Almost anyone. The more well-known Michael channels have put out books on the Michael's teachings. And Michael has an easier time transmitting certain information that is specific in nature through channels who have expertise on those subjects. For instance, it would be easier and likely more accurate to have information channeled about building a certain kind of technical project through a Michael channel who is a scientist or an engineer, rather than through Michael channel who hasn't since seen a science book since high school and who hasn't interest in that kind of information at all. Likewise, on health or business issues, one thing most of all Michael channels share is a deep interest in the workings of the universe and the human soul and psyche. This is Michael's specialty. How accurate can channeling be? Okay, so Michael claims that the most open channel on the best day will still get information accurate to about 80%. This is due to a number of factors, including but not limited to translation of thought into words or other physical media, emotional attachment of the channel to the information, ego of the channel getting in the way of the transmission, and Michael just may not know the answer to a certain question. They are not infallible, or other various energetic psychic interferences. There are many things Michael does not know. Often, though, after asking a question about a certain topic, Michael can either access other sources on the causal plane or elsewhere to get the information, or else they will investigate the topic. I found that if I asked the same question a few months later, Michael had a whole bunch of information that they said they didn't know about previously the first time I asked. Also, asking the same question to different channels often gets different answers. Sometimes it's completely different, but more often, each answer complements the other one with a few overlapping elements. The Michael teachings are probably the most cross-referenced works of their kind for the accuracy of such information as the overleaves and the description of the evolution of life spirit. Well, I guess that's about what I have for tonight on that. And what I can do is kind of back it up by saying that channeling is quite similar to you when you're a tarot reader and you open up for those messages to come through. And I'm not talking about the what's written in the little instruction booklets. I mean, you're actually coming through, you're actually relating with it, so you are channeling guidance from your higher source, from your area. And it's the same thing. You are channeling. Okay, so everybody can channel. Mediums, they channel. That's what they're doing. They are channeling. They're opening up a source to come through to be of help and to be of help to all humanity. So if you have any questions or feedback on this, please connect with me, and I'll go and I'll try to check out some more stuff for you in regards to channeling. But I think we really covered enough just to give you an idea about how it works, and a view of one person's on this site, uh, and how they are working this channeling in. So it's really quite interesting, and I love the fact that there are so many different things to check out about it, as well as there is a tarot reading. I mean, how many decks are there that they're all different and personalized by the illustrator? It, it's the variety of life, but it's all of it. Every bit of it is where we are coming to be of help to another, and that's actually really why we're here as well, is to help others get through, and maybe their rough times, maybe their best times, to get them through it. And it doesn't matter to me. It's like just another sign of how awesome the human being is, and how each and every one of us are worthy to be able to do this and open to it. There's not a dogma on this that people. It's coming out more and more. Let's put it that way. It's coming out more and more, and I'm very anxious to learn and to share what I've learned. And this is just one aspect. I'm sure I'm going to find some more stuff and probably do another show on it. But that's how interesting it is. And the fact that I did it, and it was the same on Friday. We have our 7th session coming up for the automatic writing and the trance. And what we're doing through there is not only doing trance and seeing if we can connect to a higher source, but we are also automatic writing. And I think that's important to know too, because you don't always have to open up. It's the same thing. If you were doing a reading for someone and you had to type it and email it out to them, it's the same thing. And the abilities that we have are absolutely amazing. And I've researched quite a few between astral projecting and different cards and different meditations. I mean, I just about run the gamut. And I feel so, what could I put? I still have that hunger to learn more, and which I'm going to continue to do because it doesn't stop ending. But if you have any questions, or if there's a topic that you would like me to cover and do some research on it and bring up what I have on the shows, please do so. If you want to be a guest, I'm open to having guests on the show. Just contact me, and you can contact me at editorotc.com. Okay, that's editorotc@gmail.com. That's my email, where you can email to me, or sprinkles at Off the Cuff Design. So those two email sections are out for you to kind of connect with me and maybe get some topics going. Maybe you know somebody that'd be a great guest to go over a few things. I would simply love that. And being that we have just a few minutes left, I'm going to go ahead and go with also check out our other radio shows. On Tuesday we have Walking with Spirit, okay, or Spirit Walking. I forget which way it goes, but you'll know what I mean when you come to that show, which is with Terry Keneally, and she's absolutely wonderful. So that's a show for Tuesday. And Wednesday, I don't know if Peg Jones is going to be back with us, but if she is, she has her show at 8 p.m. on Wednesdays. And on Thursday, we have Surprise Your Spirit with Kendra Walbaum. And all of them, each and every one of them, are excellent. And don't forget that on Fridays, we also have the Awesome Insanity Surfers. So you need to come in and check out them as well. And all these shows can be found on the Spreaker.com/OTCR. And we are attempting to get our call-in systems working. So if you're interested in that, check out the shows, and we will try to get those calls to connect and come in live, and we'd be happy to share with you, especially when we have reading shows that we can do as well. So let's see, what else can I tell you about? Oh, and don't forget, on Friday, too, not only the Awesome Insanity, but it's our 7th show, or 7th session on the Bridging Circle. And it's an event that's taking place. And the thing is that you can come in and join us in the chat room on the YouTube event site, which I would be giving out that link. Or you can join us if you want to come in and actually participate with us and try your hand at automatic writing. And check out what we do and the things that we're learning from it. And there's 5 previous shows you can kind of check out. And if you have an interest, come on in and join us. You don't have to do anything, but you can sit back and learn if you like. And maybe if you have some questions, we'll try our best to answer them. Okay, so what else is coming? Oh, yes. Guys and gals, listen up, because the Spiritual Platforms is the place where you can get some great prices on hosting your website. I mean, if you're paying like lots and lots of money for a hosting company, come check us out. We can just about almost guarantee you a better price, more features that you don't have to pay on the side that kind of comes out along the way with the other hosting sites, because they charge you anywhere from $50 to $60 for the SNL. Well, we will have that in your package, plus it's cheaper, and you get so much more. And there's support all around. And yeah, I think that's about it. And I think we're going to go ahead and call this a night. Be sure to check me back on next week, Monday at noon Pacific. No, noon Eastern time, and 9, 10, 11, I forget. But hey, you'll see it. I'll post up on the Facebook and all the other social media. So come check me out and see what's going on for next week. Good night, everybody. Love and light. Behave, and many blessings.
I saw you in heaven, would it be the same? If I saw you in heaven, would you know my name? If I saw you in heaven, would it be the same? If I saw you in heaven, would you know my name? If I saw you in heaven, would it be the same? If I saw you in heaven, I saw you in heaven, would you know my name? If I saw you in heaven, would it be the same? If I saw you in heaven, I must be strong and carry on, 'cause I know I don't belong here in heaven. Would you know my name? If I saw you in heaven, would it be the same? If I saw you in heaven, time can bring you down, time can bend your knee, time can break your heart, have you begging please, begging please. Would you know my name? If I saw you in heaven, would it be the same? If I saw you in heaven,